Well, hi guys and gals. Long time since we've been down here in the Goofy shop, and I'm here for a final goodbye to this engine, I'm thinking. And I haven't started this probably in over a year, and you can see I had this gas thing set up and it's been leaking down onto the cowl, so I better clean that off before we even get started. But what I wanted to do, I want to start this one more time before I pull it out. And in the process of pulling the motor out, we're also going to have to pull the body off the frame so that I have easy access, because with the new motor that's going in, I'm going to squirt some gas down into here. Make a mess while I'm doing it. Dump more gas onto the body. It won't eat the paint, but it might eat the firewall stuff. That's just got urethane on it. Well, there should be enough down in there anyway to run this for the little bit that we want to do. You can hear I have the air conditioner going in the background. Hopefully that won't affect your sound quality too much. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to give it hand choke. Well, I wonder if I've got spark. Should have fired. I'm going to put the old spark tester on here. Yeah, but very little spark. It sparks once in a great while. Not consistently. Now see, this wire here is actually all that wire is for is to shut it off. And I do recall that I had a problem, and something had got caught in that coil. And that was a new coil originally. Well, I took the coil off, and it obviously had gotten hit by something. This was all spread out even more than it is now, and that's a little bit loose, but we're going to live with it. And you can see there's some shiny spots down in here where it must have been hitting on the flywheel. So I've cleaned this all off. They were rusted just from sitting, not being used. And we're going to put it back on. I thought I might have another one, but I don't have one like this. I got 4 or 5 other coils, but not this particular one. Okay, I took the radiator shell off, and you can see the grill is down here, and I'll pull that up out of there too. This came off on our last run out at the airport, and I have put the radiator shell over there on top of that toolbox. And this will give us a clear shot of reinstalling the coil, and you could be able to see better what's going on. It's not rocket science. All it is, and I always use a piece of cardboard. This happens to be a piece of cardboard from a cereal box. And I just set that down on top of there, and that gives us the proper spacing between the flywheel magnet and the coil. And all there is just 2 screws to put it back in. Don't mind the shaky hands. It makes it more difficult for me, but it shouldn't have any effect on you. I can remember what I did with my wrench. And that noise you hear coming up and then going back down again, I have my battery charger on it. I left it on overnight, so it's kind of trickle charging to get my battery back up to snuff. Now, really, having a little bit of rust on a magnet doesn't affect its magnetic abilities, but we're going to clean ours off anyway, just so we have the best possible chance. And it might have been when that grill came out of the grill shell, we were starting to have some running issues with it there at the airport, and that might have contributed to it. Okay, so now we're just going to turn the flywheel. Yeah, easier said than done, perhaps. There we go. Like that. And I'm just going to clean off the magnet down there. We'll plug this back in, and then we'll give it another try and see how it sounds. See if it'll go this time. A little bit of sandpaper action here on the magnet. I know we've got enough gas going into the carburetor. Of course, I don't know what kind of condition the inside of the carburetor looks like anymore. But let's hope that it's not got too much gobbledygook in it. At least we can get it to fire off, and that's really what I want to do, is just get it to fire off before we remove it and get ready to put in our new engine. Let's see if we get better spark now. Got no spark. None at all. What's going on? You pull this wire off. Make sure it's not shorting out for some reason. Still no spark. I saw a little bit of spark there, but then no, not again. If I let it set, well, let's pull a spark plug out. Could be the spark plug is fouled. That's possible. That would keep it from sparking. Well, I wouldn't say it looks particularly bad. It's kind of corroded, kind of carboned up, but not wet even. This one ain't gold plated like the other one was, but it should do the job anyway. Worst thing you can do to a motor is just let it sit and not start it, try to run it at all. And that's been the problem with this, I think. Just hasn't been run. So let's, whoa! Something fell on the roof. Probably a branch or something. spark, but it's still not a good spark. Give it a little bit of hot sauce. Now we've got a little bit of carburetor cleaner, we'll give that a shot. There we go. We give it another shot in through the carburetor itself. There it is. Well, like I say, we got a problem with the carburetor not letting the fluid in, and but I know it will run. I'm not going to mess with the carburetor because we're pulling the motor off. So you heard it fire. Now the next thing is to hear the other engine run before we pull this one off, because if the other one won't run, then we're going to have to work with this one and get this one running right. So let's go on up to the carport, see what we can get done up there. No AC up there though, so you're going to have to bring your fan with you. It don't take long for spiders to make a web. But if you look at this one, it's got lots of dirt and stuff in it. Yeah, it's been there for a while. That'll let you know that it's been a while since I've been down here working on things. And the Cub Cadet motor is still apart. I haven't been working on it, and it was all clean. It's getting dirty. Yeah. Fall weather is coming, so it'll be cooling off. And I still need to finish off my addition before I can come inside for the rest of the winter. So hold on to your hats. Up to the carport we go. Okay, after going through a couple different batteries to find one that would actually do the job, I've got it hooked up. I've got some spark. Doesn't seem to be totally consistent, but enough to start it, I think. And it's spinning over good, and I had to put a quart of oil in it. Still not full. I filled up the float bowl. I'm going to give it one shot of starting fluid. Let's see what happens. Well, that didn't sound too bad. Had a smaller can, smaller but bigger, which I do. Does not have a choke on it. I don't have a long enough piece of clear hose so that I can see if it's actually going up in there or not. step is to pull the engine out of the Goofy cart. I have to make an engine plate for this because the base on this is bigger than. What do we think about them apples, huh? We do a little cleanup, a little painting, put some chrome acorn nuts on the head bolts and so forth like we did on the Goofy cart motor that's already in there. Yeah. And then I'm also thinking, this has a full exhaust system on it right now. Has the muffler, as you can see right there. I'm going to be cutting that off. Not sure if we're going to run stacks or if we'll run it down alongside. And I'm also thinking, remember this is 2 cylinders, and it has an intake manifold that crosses over between the two, and I'm thinking maybe, now think about this, daydream with me a little bit. This is how the Goofy cart started, daydreaming. Is one side of the intake here and another side over here. What if we had 2 carburetors on there? Ooh-wee. And I could do that pretty easily. I could actually run these up with an elbow on them on each side and run Mikuni carburetors on it. Have dual Mikuni carburetors and dual exhaust. Woo-wee! Yeah, 3 bob. That's what I'm talking about. More to come. It's been really hot here. It's 7 o'clock in the evening and it's still humid. It's not real hot, but it's humid. That's why I have my fan going over there, and you could probably hear it fluttering in the video. Well, that's where we're at today. Hold on to your hats. More to come. We have 100-degree weather the next 2 or 3 days, so I won't be working outdoors, and we'll see what we can do. I'm trying to finish up a model that I have on my bench that I've been working on for a while. It's almost done. And then I'm going to tear apart my model workbench. I have a new desk over here, all metal, and it has drawers in it and all them good things. And that's going to go into my office. So I'm going to have to completely disassemble and discombobulate my model shop, pull everything out so I can get this in. This is 3 feet wide. The bench that's in there now is only 2 feet wide, and it really is a door off of one of the closets in our house, and it's sitting on 2 file cabinets. Well, I need better access to those filing cabinets. This desk has 1 filing drawer, and then it's got 3 more regular drawers, 4 more regular drawers, plus the center drawer that I can certainly use for modeling stuff. And yeah, well, that's another whole story. I'll bring you an update on that perhaps another time. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, thumbs up, all them good things. Till next time, this is George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. Thanks for watching.